breaking all the records. That's just what it's all about. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2, still with Cambridge United and still actually going quite well. Let's have a look and see how we have adjusted to life in League One. It's a higher level of football and we're doing pretty well. Pretty well indeed, in fact. It's been an excellent start to the season. Last time out we did play Swindon. It was a frenetic game and it was a 4-2 win and it led to a series of really good performances. Bristol Rovers went down 2-0 after that. Adam Ida getting himself 2 goals and then a 1-0 win against Hull City. This is an excellent performance, an excellent result. They're one of the relegated teams, of course. Tom Adeyemi with his first of the season. We then went through in the League Cup on penalties after a 0-0 draw with Gillingham. I played the fully rotated team for that one and we won a penalty shootout. Really, really good. Probably the best performance of the season, though, a 3-0 win against Colchester United, one of the teams who came up from League 2 last season, of course, with us. Adam Ida getting 2, Dennis Politic getting another one as well. Colchester had a really good start to the season too, but we beat them, and at that point we did go top of the league. A 2-0 win then against Portsmouth, who've very recently sacked Nigel Adkins as their manager. Politic getting himself 2 again. It was going fantastically well. We then did lose to Charlton, one of the other relegated teams. We've now played 2 of the relegated teams. Very unfortunate. We completely and utterly dominated the game. It really was a controlled performance, except for the fact that they scored. They did have 3 clear-cut chances, but their goal was, well, it was a shot, it hit the bar, we cleared the ball and it bounced straight off one of their players and went in the goals. So unfortunate, but these things do happen. Then the new patch came out. This is the first episode I'm recording when the new patch is out, and I've played 3 games since it did. The first game was, I think, a pretty creditable 0-0 draw, leading to a penalty shootout defeat with Aston Villa in the second round of the EFL Cup. They are a Premier League side still. I did play a fully rotated team to make sure that everyone was nice and involved and no one got injured, and yeah, it was actually, well, it was a pretty poor performance offensively. Not a single shot on target in the whole game, but defensively we were very solid. And I mean, Villa were always gonna, be difficult to beat, and they did win on penalties. A 2-2 draw then with Burton Albion. I mean, could maybe be considered disappointing, but they're a team that have been in the Championship recently. It was away from home. We came from behind twice in order to do it. I want to highlight the goal from Oliver Sarkic, which, I mean, I initially thought was offside, but thanks to the good people of the Football Manager Reddit for pointing out that actually you can't be offside if you receive the ball in your own half, and I'm not really sure what the defence was doing, but it's not very good. Our most recent match, though, has been a win, opening our EFL Trophy campaign against Exeter, who were the team that knocked us out in the knockout round last season. They went down 2-1 thanks to a Josh Ruffles goal in the 92nd minute, ruffling a few feathers in Exeter. So what that means is, despite the prediction and expectation of relegation from everybody involved, we find ourselves after 7 games in 2nd place, 1 point behind Blackpool and level on points with Hull City. It's been a very good start. I'm not sure it's going to last, but it's been very enjoyable nevertheless. So today then we are going to be playing QPR, the last of the relegated sides we've yet to play. We'll then be playing Gillingham in the league, hoping to replicate our sort of success against them in the League Cup, although we didn't actually score against them. It was only a penalty shootout. And then in between that, we got ourselves a special treat. We got ourselves a Venezuela game, which we won't be covering in full, but I'll bring you anything interesting that happens. I have played my first game as Venezuela manager. It was a 3-0 defeat to Colombia, in which we displayed all of the footballing prowess of a team of reindeer on roller skates on ice. And, well, we've got to play Uruguay today, so that can only go better. They're top of the group of the entirety of South America, even above Brazil and Argentina. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to be qualifying for the World Cup. First, though, it is QPR, and we are celebrating the fact that our 2 best attacking players so far this season are both on international duty, because obviously they are. I could have postponed this game, but I thought, hey, wait, no, it said Reggie Lamb was on international duty. No one else was. So that was clearly a very stupid decision, but a chance for some of our other players to show what they're made of. So apart from Ida and Politic not being here, the team for this one is going to be the team we've gone through for pretty much every game so far this season, other than the League Cup games where I did rotate. Callum Burton is in goal. He is developing very nicely, has not made many errors at all so far this season. The defence, the new look defence, has well, 3/4 of it doing very well. Tom Field on the left hand side. Boone and Jones have formed a very solid partnership in the middle. James Brown not feeling good, not feeling quite as good as I kind of anticipated he would be. 6.84. We need to see more from him, and hopefully we will today. The midfield has done very well. Dixon Bonner, who I wasn't really sure about, I thought he could do quite well. Well, he's doing very well. The surprise package of the season so far. Adeyemi seems to have adapted. George Maris is absolutely flying at a higher level. He did kind of tail off last season, but he's really kicked on. Will Ferry is doing okay on the left-hand side, and we have brought in Sam Greenwood and Marcus Barnes, neither of whom has really had much opportunity beyond those cup games and hasn't really done all that much to hopefully cover the firepower of Politic and Ida, who have been absolutely sensational, and hopefully will be back for the second game today. So we've had a very good start to the season again, massively overperforming on expectations. I don't know how long it's going to last. I mean, I didn't think it would last last season, and it did. Going to be a tough test even at home today against QPR. Some decent players still. Well, we're coming forwards early on. Tom Field he's running through the defence, goes for a shot, and with tame effort in the end, but the defence just sort of stood off him. Some decent names in the QPR side. Todd Kane, formerly of Chelsea. It's not Aaron Hughes, is it, a left back? It's Andrew Hughes. I'm sure Aaron Hughes is retired by now. Eze as well is a decent player. Sam Greenwood with a free kick, and he's not really had much of an opportunity so far this season, but he takes the opportunity that he's got today early on. 19 minutes on the clock. Does a little stuttery step run up, and it works. On loan from Arsenal is Sam Greenwood, and he gets himself his first Cambridge goal, and we take the lead. We're dominating so far, but Tom Field, who has been excellent at left back, has gone down injured, upper body injury. Now that's usually, hopefully, not too bad, because it, maybe ribs, maybe arm. Hopefully nothing too bad. It looks like a collision with Gareth Evans for QPR. So yeah, hopefully not awful. We're still in control of this one though. Dixon Bonner finds Adeyemi. And Ferry working it very nicely. It'd be nice to see Marcus Barnes on the score sheet today. Leon Davis has come on, keeps it in. He's not a natural left-footed player, but he's done okay there. And he's found Marcus Barnes. And we do indeed get a goal from the Jamaican international. He's not been called up for the squad for their game today. I mean, Davis keeps that in. I'm not really sure. It was on the line. I think we got away with that one. But the save initially, and then Marcus Barnes follows up for his first goal in a Cambridge United shirt. 2-0 to the good. Well, an excellent performance, really, really good from us so far. Exactly what we like to see. And, well, let's keep it up in the second half. Early chance for Barnes, doesn't quite do it. And we are quite zoomed in on the pitch there. I have noticed our pitch is actually very weirdly shaped compared to the rest of the division. I never really thought about it last season, I guess because it wasn't really maybe noticeable in League 2. But yeah, in League 1, it's really long, which I didn't really anticipate. You can't really talk to the groundsman apart from early on in the season. That's a bit better. Anyway, QPR looking to fight back in this one, and well, some good early possession for them, but they haven't managed to find a way through, which is obviously good for us. Although maybe they now will. Samuel puts it across to Castell, and it's a header over. Well, 15 minutes of normal time remaining. We're looking pretty good for the win so far. Marcus Barnes has got himself a little bit of an injury, nothing too major, so I think we're gonna leave him out there for the time being. We might as well make a couple of subs as it is now injury time. We'll bring on Harvey Nibbs, who hasn't really done anything in the save so far, but we'll give him an opportunity today. And I think, well, Greenwood's a little bit tired, but I think he'll be okay. We'll take off Dixon Bonner, and we'll bring on Josh Ruffles, who's done quite well from the bench this season so far. Greenwood with a free kick late on, cleared away. Highlight's not over yet though. It comes out to Jones on the right hand side, who keeps it, finds Adeyemi, and we're going to get ourselves a third from this. Yes, we are. George Maris is stuttering a little bit. But George Maris with a fantastic strike and gets his first goal of the season. He has been fantastic in terms of passing and assists and all that sort of stuff, but that's his first goal. I mean, he's got that in his locker as well. That is absolutely postage stamp stuff from George Maris, and it's been a brilliant performance to start the episode. 3-0 against a team who were in the Championship last season. Absolutely sensational, boys. Well done. Well, Blackpool did win again as well against, well, Portsmouth, who were struggling down in the relegation zone. Not a great start for them, so they stay top, but we are in second place and now a point clear of Charlton. Hull have not maintained their second place spot, but I mean, it's very early days. Not really much point reading much into it at this time. So Tom Field's upper body injury is indeed fractured ribs. He's out for 3 weeks. It's not the worst possible injury you could have had as well. Marcus Barnes only going to be out for a couple of days. We've got a week to go until the game against Gillingham. In between that, we will be playing Uruguay with Venezuela. I will bring you anything exciting that happens in that one. I mean, I've flown all the way from Cambridge to Venezuela for this. I mean, we've actually played really well, actually. Quite a few chances, just not very clinical. And, well, Uruguay get their best chance and they score. It didn't look like a foul, the text commentary said, but the game doesn't care. Cavani makes it 2-0, and this is done. Well, it was an improved performance on the horror show against Colombia, but we're not going to be going to the World Cup, and I don't think our employment will be renewed beyond the end of this qualification campaign. Right then, never mind that. Gillingham up next at home. They're down in 20th. We're of course in second. No Tom Field for this one after his broken ribs injury, which means we're going to have to bring in Norville Williams for his first league appearance of the season. I mean, he's done relatively well in the Cup, so hopefully he can make this step up. We can also, of course, bring back in Dennis Politic on the left-hand side and Adam Ida up front. Although, you know, Barnes did do quite well, got himself a goal, as did Greenwood. So, you know, both of them making a very good impression. Unfortunately, we can't really put Greenwood on the bench because we've got too many lone players in our first 11. Although if he continues to perform like that when he does get an opportunity, he may well find himself ahead of Will Ferry in the starting lineup. I mean, let's keep going. We're at home again, and well, let's just enjoy this while it lasts. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get promoted, but performances like the game against QPR were certainly very good and will certainly help us to do well this season. James Brown on the right-hand side. Can he find a ball across? Yes, he can, to Will Ferry, who hits the bar early on. Corner from George Maris, and it won't still quite find a way through today. Dixon Bonner heading over. Some decent plays in this Gillingham side. Regan Charles Cook is an excellent player at this level. Really good player to pick up if you can, if you're doing a lower league save. Has been for a few years. Anyway, chance for Gillingham now. Charles Cook indeed on the ball, but James Brown clears up. Will Ferry on the left-hand side. Can he find a ball across? He finds Norville Williams starting his first league game today. Back to Maris, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. It's come down to James Brown on the right-hand side, puts it back across. Will Ferry flicks it in towards Adam Ida, and it was still 0-0. Quite a few chances so far. We need to start taking them though. Ida gets it back from James Brown, looking for a ball across. He doesn't get one. Max Amer clears it away, but only straight to us. And hopefully our defenders can... And we need at least 2 of them to stay in their own half. That was the problem for the goal that we conceded against, well, Adeyemi. It stops me from talking, with an absolute thunderbolt of a strike. Another fantastic goal from our midfielders. He's really actually adapted quite well to this new level as well. Brilliant strike, absolutely brilliant strike on the volley from Adeyemi into the top corner. Brilliant goal. He's adapted very well to this level, considering he was quite disappointing towards the tail end of last season. Can we get a second before half time? Not quite. Yes, indeed we can. Ricocheting all over the box, but it's Dennis Politic who steals in to put that one away. James Brown again involved, cleared by the defence. It comes down to Maris. It's blocked by the defender. I mean, just absolute pinball, but Dennis Politic puts it away for 2-0 just before half time. We are looking very good here. I think the rule for this season has got to be just record home games. Don't play away games in episodes. Well, the second half is rapidly disappearing. We've had our first highlight of it, though, for quite some time, and it's Adam Ida getting on the score sheet. He didn't want to go an episode without scoring. Otis Khan flings the ball in. He's come off the bench. Great ball in from the corner. Diving header from the man on loan from Norwich City. Makes it 3, and this one is done. Well, another excellent performance and another 3-0 win at home against Gillingham this time. Really good performance. I mean, from everybody. I think the big difference, not really mentioned it earlier on, but the big difference so far has been the defence. James Brown, we didn't see much of him in the early stages of the season. He's come alive in this match and this episode. Player of the match performance from him. But the difference really has been, not only are we scoring more goals, creating more chances, obviously that helps, but the defence have been really, really, really solid so far. Burton's improved as well, but actually having four defenders who are sort of working together and thinking about what they're doing seems to be making quite a bit of a difference. So much so that we're now top of the table. Blackpool must have dropped points. Indeed, they were winning, but a 91st and 92nd minute goal from Callum Harriott from our old friends Colchester United doing the damage against Blackpool, and it means we are top of the league once again. Very, very tight at this early stage, just the 9 games gone, of course, but I mean, Charlton and Hull, 2 of the relegated teams, are behind us, but we are top of the pile. It's been a blistering start to life in the 3rd tier, and what an episode. 2 3-0 wins. I could get used to this, I really could. The new patch seems to be doing the trick for us, that is for sure. Let's hope it keeps it up. Let's hope it lasts. I'm not sure it will, but we're going to enjoy the ride while we can. I mean, we're going to come back next time. Not sure when. I mean, I want to kind of... The EFL trophy is something I really would quite like to try and win this season. I'm not sure we necessarily will. We've got the FA Cup as well. A good run in that would be interesting. So we'll see how things sort of are developing. That might be when we come back around the FA Cup first round time. Otherwise, I mean, Fleetwood Shrewsbury looks like could be an interesting doubleheader. I don't really want to play away games in an episode. When's our next 2 home games? Doncaster and Wickham. Maybe it'll just be Doncaster and Wickham. We just play home games all season. We'll see how things go. See how things are shaping up. But that is going to be the end of this episode today. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed our fantastic start to the season. Are we wanted by anybody yet? Does anyone want to sign us as a manager? Not yet. Are there any jobs available? I've not really looked. Just Portsmouth. I don't want to go there. Not when we're doing so well. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and I will see you next time.